Did anything stand out to you today? The things I've been focusing on early, and it's just the first week here, but I've been watching the O-line and the tight ends.
Yeah.
Those have been the main focus so far for me. Anything different for you?
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's what I've been watching, especially offensive line. I'm just very curious to see if the coaching and the plays that they run are going to be, offensive line friendly. And, some of the drills I was watching, that's a tough assignment, man. Trying to hook a guy who's on your outside shoulder, so some of those things they're trying to get done. Look like it's going to be difficult, but man, it sure isn't for a lack of reps or it won't be, because they're out here working and going through reps really fast, and they're doing lots of correcting on the field. And yeah, so but it's a big mystery, but it'll just be so interesting. And I think offensive line is the one place to really concentrate on whether or not this is going to help these guys as far as the run game goes, the pass game. You've got a lot of moving pockets, which helps offensive linemen, and that I think that's the thing. And to hear that they think they have the right guys in camp, maybe that's just something they're saying and putting out there, and they're going to go and acquire someone or make a trade or whatever. But right now they feel like they have the guys to get that done. But yeah, I mean, you look at the number of multi-tight end snaps once again for New Orleans last year, where Kubiak was. It was like more than twice as many as the Seahawks had. So it's going to be a different deal with the tight ends this year, and you got a fullback, a couple fullbacks on the roster now, and so yeah, it's going to be a different looking run game, and that's going to be something that they're going to commit to. And I'm going to say that if it's 3rd and 1, I just expect for them to pick that up. Last year, you could not expect that. Remember the 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1. They could not move anybody
over the left side, and
they just didn't have the right, I guess, sequencing of play calling, because they had gained yards with, guys spread out, and then they bring everybody in and they're not able to pick up a first down. So I think that's going to be really different. I think that fans are going to have a lot more confidence in a 3rd and 1 that, hey, we're going to pick that up.
One guy I was looking at out here, because we had heard, his body kind of changed, and, he's somebody that you and I both look at and go, boy, if he ever just got it going between the ears, he could be just a monster out there, and that's Anthony Bradford.
Yeah.
He doesn't really look that different to me, just physically. I mean, the shape of his body, like maybe he's a little bit leaner, I guess, but it wasn't as dramatic as I thought it was being portrayed.
Yeah,
is that fair?
Well, like I told you when we were looking at him, I'm like, well, they're all fat. Okay. I mean, nobody's like shredded or anything, but just the way that Bradford's moving, I think.
Yeah, he seemed to be moving.
Yeah, and then we're watching Lamea, kid who was a rookie last year, and coming off the field, and yeah, I mean, they're huge, but they look like they're in good shape for offensive linemen.
They're all fat. I'd say Abe Lucas, I wouldn't say he was necessarily fat. He was walking around here yesterday in nothing but shorts. He was barefoot, no shirt, just walking back and forth here, and he's not cut. Do you see old linemen who are cut? That doesn't seem to be the body,
don't.
But he's
the only guy I ever saw that was worth anything as an offensive lineman that was like body beautiful cut was Brian Habib. Okay. Brian Habib, I was roommates with him and teammates with him in Denver, and then we got to be buddies and everything, and they used to call him the human hemorrhoid because he was always pissed off. And also, by the way,
that's a really unfortunate nickname, man. My God.
Brian Habib is still one of my better friends from when I played. He's a super nice guy, but man, once practice started and the season started, he was just in a bad mood constantly. But he
is that because he needed that edge to play, or what was that about?
He was just irritated. I don't know.
The human hemorrhoid.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was probably 295. I mean, he was very close to 300, and he was just cut. But I mean, you look at the old saying, which I think is kind of corny, is looks like Tarzan, plays like
yeah.
But kind of. I mean, typically, especially if you're an offensive lineman, if you're cut. I mean, if I saw Abe Lucas with like a washboard, I'd be skeptical.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not so sure you're an offensive lineman at heart.
Feeling like he's focusing on the wrong things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's Yeah, typically those are just big guys, man. And so it's, I don't care if they have abs or not.
Yeah.
I mean, I have abs. They're hidden.
they're in there somewhere.
They're buried.
Yeah, it's the lines seem to be moving well, and even Bradford seemed to be moving well. I was more interested in just sort of the commentary about how he changed physically, and I didn't really notice that in the way that it matched the description I was hearing. But he seemed to be moving well. I think he's got to understand what's on the line. I don't think he's any stranger to some of the commentary or comments that surround him, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think it's a big year for a lot of guys. We've talked about, contract years for different guys, whether it's Mafe, whether it's K9, whether it's Reek. Yeah. Bradford's a guy that I think understands this is, or at least I hope he understands, this is my shot. It's my shot. If I can just be consistent, it's not even about talent. It's not about ability. If I can just keep it together, that's my job.
Well, and I've said this before that, and I mean it's going to sound mean, but like the coaches don't say this. Like when they release players, I mean and I've seen it. I saw it for 9 years. That like there's a lot of times if the coaches were speaking bluntly, they would just say he's too dumb. I mean that's really why guys get cut every once in a while. I mean you see these guys that are, they have these flashes of they can make plays, and they fit the bill in every category, but they're not, and I don't want to say smart just in general, but I mean like they just can't get the playbook down.
Right.